the external problem, that it is absolutely something that keeps them up. Really deep down, what the internal problem is with the fire chief in the one that they don't speak about is the fear of making the wrong decision. Most people don't spend $750,000 in one shot. Most of them are saying, okay, I want to make sure I got the right equipment. Yes, externally, what people will look at me and say, oh, that fire chief has a lot of pressure on buying the right truck to serve the community, which is absolutely true. Internally, they're worried about actually making the wrong purchasing decision. That terrifies them. So we present our client partner this in manufacturing in the light that let us be your guide. Let us give you some RFP templates that are updated for 2023. And let us give you a checklist of the 13 things or the 18 things that you need to look at when considering a new fire engine. And by the way, there's a lot of new technology around fire engines, but really here's a white paper boiling down kind of the essentials that you really need aware of. Yeah, there's different size horsepower pumps and so on and so forth. But here's some technology that's come out in the last few years that you really want to be aware of and maybe consider as part of your RFP. So we help them be a guide to really address their internal fear, which is the fear that they don't share with most people. But it is the fear that will motivate them and build that trust and connect with them. A great analogy, if you were sitting at a bar, somebody came up next to you and sat down and started complaining to the bartender about a problem that they had that your product or service can solve, how would you approach them? Would you say, I just overheard, couldn't help but overhearing your conversation. We have a product that does X, Y, and Z, and here's all the features and benefits. You're going to lose them. It's going to feel like a sales pitch. Say, I can't help but overhearing. What's your name? Great. I'm Andy. It's got to be tough. Like I hear you talk about these problems. I bet you're dealing with this as well, and this and this, and how are you handling this? But you got to meet them with where they're at. You got to talk to them and they're like, yeah, this guy gets me. And then you can say, just so happens, I've been helping folks like you for the last 20 years. Believe I could help you by giving you a few tools that may help you with your situation. Would you be interested? All of a sudden now you've caught them, right? And that messaging in websites, that's why website messaging is so important. And when I talk about effective websites that convert, you've got to capture them. You got to connect with them where they're at, build that trust, build yourself as an authority. You've got to convince Luke Skywalker that you're Yoda and that you can help them. And then you've got to guide them. You've got to tell them exactly what to do. So many websites have so many features, benefits, and off links to this YouTube video and this. When somebody gets on your website and gets captured, if you give them off ramps off your website, you have a chance of losing them. You've got to bring them into the website, capture their attention, get them to read more, and tell them what to do next. Are you interested in learning a little bit more? If so, here's what to do. Book a call. Click. It goes to a Candidly link. Book a call in their calendar. In the first time we hear from a prospect is when there's an actual meeting booked in calendar.